The opinions in this podcast are solely those of the creators and do not reflect the opinions of the filmmakers involved. If you are of legal drinking age, feel free to have a drink with us, but please do drink responsibly. You're listening to Cole-astic Cinema.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I'd like to take his face off.
With your host, Fabian Salazar.
Hit play on the movie and stick the microphone right next to the goddamn TV.
And Cole Butterfield.
There's a multiverse where you do, and we shut up.
Where we talk about movies.
And it's not this one.
So come along for a ride and have fun.
Hamilton, where it's like, I'm the model of a modern major general.
Modern Mabel Modern Dicking General. Dicking
General.
Yeah, Dicking. Modern mobile app.
Mobile app.
Mobile app of a general.
Mobile app of a general.
You're a mobile app of a general.
Shadow Legends.
Raid
Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow General Legends. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spoderman.
Spoderman.
Gotta love me some Spoderman. That being said, welcome to Cole-astic Cinema. We are recording, and we're
live.
So on this episode, we have decided to watch a movie that I haven't seen. Need to give Cole more credit and more movies to show me because I'm a shithead.
Oh, no. I've been going through the movies that I've wanted to bring up. I'm like, oh, yeah. No, I don't know awesome movies. With the exception of this movie. I love this movie. I love this movie so much. It is so much fun. I've seen it so many times. It is.
We are watching Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and I am super excited. I've never seen this movie. I've waited for a long time. I don't know why. I can't tell you why. I've always really wanted to watch it, and now finally get to. And I cannot be happier.
Dude, I am excited for you to watch this. I'm pretty sure you're going to like it. I can't think of anybody who doesn't like it, and the people who don't like it, their critiques are dumb and stupid. And they need to just keep to themselves and stop showing everybody just how stupid they are because they're wrong. This is just a front to back, just a really good movie. And it's also a great comic book movie, which has been really hard to find lately with the oversaturation of the comic books in the market.
Oh, wait. They've been making comic book movies?
Oh, shit, wait. No. I've just been reading the toned down novelizations of movies with pictures as opposed to words.
Oh, yeah. But no, I'm really excited. I know a little bit about Miles Morales, mainly from what I've played in the PS4 game, the Spider-Man Miles Morales game. Mm-hmm. Don't know too much about him, but he is quickly rising up to be one of my new favorite superheroes. And I'm excited. I know kind of about his uncle and a little bit about his dad and his mom. Just from that game, but yeah, and I'm not ashamed to say I do own a pair of long socks, Miles Morales Spider-Man socks. They come up all the way up through my calves, and
nothing to be ashamed about there.
Yeah,
it's a good time right there.
Yeah, they're comfy as fuck and they're warm. They kept me all warm through winter.
Yeah, plus, your ability to walk on walls with those is insane.
I know, right? I woke up and I was just standing on the wall like, hey. Come on.
That's some dangerous sleepwalking right there.
It's bad for my back.
Also, take your socks off when you fall asleep. And for sex. Take your socks off.
Well, if you're a guy.
It's anybody in general, take your fucking socks off.
I don't know. Is that a point? Are we having this talk right now?
Already?
Yeah,
take your fucking socks off.
You don't like a lady with big long socks?
Oh no, I do. So I can take them off.
Oh, okay. I do like me some big, long, sexy lingerie.
Oh, yeah.
Socks.
Fucking give me some, like, knee highs. Oh, shit,
yeah,
son.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, son.
Yeah.
Yes.
Give a little squeeze on, not too much, but a little squeeze on the thigh so you can see. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit. Like, this is going to stay. Yeah.
That's sexy as hell.
But eventually, I want to take them off.
Eventually, you're going to want to take them off. Oh, are you into feet?
No.
Oh, okay.
Which is weird. I just don't like socks.
All right. You know, this entire podcast was going to change if you were into feet.
If I developed into a foot fetish podcast talking about Spider-Man, like that's pretty much just it's all going to come around to just sticky feet.
Oh God!
Anyone else uncomfortable? Take a shot if you're uncomfortable.
If you're uncomfortable, take a shot. Also, if you're into feet, take a shot.
I mean, hey, take a shot. I'm not one to kink shame. Don't get it. You do you.
You do. I'm not kink shaming. I personally don't get. I think feet are disgusting and gross and smelly and nasty. And I'm not attracted to them.
Yeah, no, and I've only usually got my feet to work with, and they are just horrifying, like mid-evolution and heavily calloused fucking things. Like I walk.
I did notice that your big toe is like halfway up your foot.
Yeah, it's definitely some like next level primate shit. Like there's a reason I was called the missing link growing up.
And like the way you sit when you're working, you can use all 4 of your limbs to like do shit. That shit kind of blew me off guard a little bit.
I mean, yeah, I was able to play AFI's Miss Murder on Guitar Hero by strumming with my feet and then using my fingers to hit the actual little buttons. Yeah, can I do that? Yeah, and it's disgusting.
All right.
To me personally, to other people, that's doing it for them. And hey, take another shot on that. You're welcome for that imagery.
Yeah. We are not here to kink shame. Whatever you're into is what you're into, and what we are into is the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
And we are watching Into the Spider-Verse right now. So have you you did a little bit of research on this one?
Yes, a little in heavy quotation marks.
Not that you had to do much. What is this, your 5th time watching this movie?
It's my 5th time watching this movie, and it's also based on a subject that is very near and dear to my heart, and that is the Spider-Man comics, which I'm aware, like that's not like as a comic book nerd, it's something. It's probably just me also with my anxiety. I feel a little weird admitting to you that Spider-Man is like my all-time favorite superhero.
He's a good superhero.
Because I love a variety of superheroes, and there's a variety of comic books that I listen to regarding other superheroes, but just like hands down, Spider-Man's my all-time favorite superhero, and he's like, everyone loves Spider-Man. You can't go anywhere on this planet and not have anybody be aware of who Spider-Man is.
Yeah.
Like, he's just that big of a character, so it's like, oh yeah, Spider-Man, it's like a cop-out, but no, I love Spider-Man. I love Peter Parker. I love Miles Morales.
No, that's Blue Beetle. I was gonna say Jaime Reyes.
Love Jaime Reyes as Blue Beetle.
I actually am. I really hope I saw the
trailer.
It might be stuck in development hell, but I really want to see a Blue Beetle movie.
I really want to. I mean, there's a trailer coming. Like I think there was a trailer, or just like a teaser thing, whatever. Like
all I saw was the poster.
Oh yeah, no, they had I think they had a trailer come out for it. I mean, it looks. Man, I don't want to say because I'm worried, but it looks like it could be pretty damn good. Like it's going to lean on a lot of those fun elements and the elements like heavily like inspired by the Spider-Man movies that have done so well. It's kind of the more comical teenager trying to figure out what to do with these superpowers, but with the family aspect behind it.
Oh, it's gonna have themes about family.
Oh, it's gonna be about family.
Family.
Oh, so much family.
I don't got friends. I got family. Those of you keeping track, this is your 4th shot of the episode for a bad impression. We're getting real fast with this one. This is going to be a real fun episode because we're watching a real fun movie.
Like, I'm hyped just to even watch this. Most of my energy is not even coming from the bit of a beer. It's mostly I'm just so excited about this movie.
Well, we haven't even really been... We've had, 2 beers between us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're even loose alcohol talk. This is just genuine excitement.
Genuine excitement for this fun movie that... It got nominated for Oscars, right?
Yeah. It's like Academy Award nominated in 2018.
Argue with me if you will, but I think this was the last good Spider-Man movie that Sony made, or Spider-Man universe style movie, because the Venom movies are okay. The Morbius movie, put your own, eat some shit. And then it's just
keep Jared Leto out of superhero. Just keep Jared Leto out of movies.
No, you can't keep that argument. As much as I fucking hate Jared Leto, he is good sometimes. Dallas Buyers Club, Requiem for a Dream, whatever the fuck that movie was where he played Brian David Mitchell and killed John Lennon. I don't remember. Okay. I don't remember the name of the movie, but I can remember Brian David Mitchell. Is that him, or was that the dude that kidnapped Elizabeth Smart?
Crossing a few wires here, man. I'm not entirely sure.
Am I getting my crazy ass people mixed up?
Wait, are you saying that the guy that kidnapped Elizabeth Smart also shot John Lennon?
Yeah, and then
no, John Lennon was oh shit.
No,
I'm blanking on this immediately.
Brian David Mitchell was the one that kidnapped Elizabeth
Smart. Yeah, no, yeah. It was oh my god, I keep
Charles Manson.
No.
Ted Bundy.
Chapman.
Oh yeah, Chapman. No, you're right. His last name was
Chapman.
Bruce Chapman.
Henry David Chapman.
Henry David Thoreau.
Henry David Thoreau.
There we go.
Shot John Lennon.
There is your 5th fifth shot of the episode for a very for an auteur author, Henry David Thoreau.
Henry David Thoreau. Yes, it was Henry David Thoreau.
Henry David Thoreau murdered John Lennon.
Yes. I
In
kept wanting to
Coldplay.
say John Carpenter for some reason. I know that was not correct.
And then he shot himself.
And then he shot himself.
Wait, that wasn't Henry David Thoreau. That was everybody else. Kurt Cobain.
It's Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain killed John Lennon.
Yeah, Kurt Cobain after he shot himself.
And then decades, yeah. Wait, actually, no. Pretty sure
Before he was born, also.
Before he was born.
And then shot himself.
It's a repeating pattern.
Yeah. It's a cycle of abusive behavior, culminating in the murder of Batman's parents. And that's how we got Spider-Man.
That's how we got Spider-Man. That's easy. That's an easy tangent and then through line to follow. It all makes sense.
We are off the rails already.
Oh boy!
And we are only 10 minutes in. Here we go.
And I am so excited for how this is gonna go. Because man, especially just based on like the depth of like just the research, like quick research lines that I wrote and the things I know it's gonna immediately inspire to talk about. So fuck it, let's get to it a little bit of the research I'd done. Let's watch Into the Spider-Verse. This is Spider-Man, created by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko back in 1962. Wait a minute, gotta pause.
No pause. Keep going.
Yeah, so Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, created in 1962, first appearing in Amazing Fantasy number 15. Which he was so incredibly popular, launched his own series, starting off in The Amazing Spider-Man, going up against the Fantastic Four as a way of me looking for employment. What I like about the early days of Spider-Man is he is a colossal asshole once he gets his powers. Like, there's I think it's like third or maybe fifth issue where Flash Thompson has started a Spider-Man fan club. And Peter's kind of finds it amusing that his main bully is a huge fan of him, but doesn't know it's him. Well, because he's such a big part of the fan club, he dresses up as Spider-Man, and so he ends up getting kidnapped, I think, by like Dr. Doom or somebody. And then Peter Parker thinks for a minute, he's like, you know what? I'm not going to do anything. This guy's going to take care of my bully for me. I can continue being Spider-Man, and he can have like think, oh, I took out Spider-Man, but he didn't. But he took out my bully. I'm not going to do anything. Dark ass shit. Early day. That's early Spider-Man.
And for those of you keeping track, it was Mark David Chapman that killed John Lennon.
I knew there was a David in there.
That's it. That's why I said Brian David Mitchell.
Henry David Chapman.
If you have David in your middle name, you might need some therapy.
Just stop having David. David's not a middle name. Stop giving kids multiple first names.
Yeah.
Henry David
Thoreau.
And then we had Mark David Chapman. Was that it?
Mark David Chapman. Brian David Mitchell.
It's too many fucking first names. Too close.
Suck David on my dick. Now we're taking a pause because I really got to pee. And we're back. Am I talking into the light side or am I talking into the dark side? Family. I suck at doing Vin Diesel, man.
It's a hard voice to do.
It is. I don't got friends. I got family.
I mean, it's a hard voice to do, and it's coming from a guy with a variety of really piss poor impressions.
I mean, a lot of yours are good. Your David Attenborough was
my Jeremy David. Or what was
Jeremy David Attenborough Irons. Jeremy Ironsborough.
Jeremy Ironsborough. That's what it was.
I was giving me some good vibes earlier.
Getting to the point right there. Hold on. Oh, it's one thing to listen to it recorded, isn't it, Cole? To hear yourself talking to somebody else, talking down to you.
Kind of sound like Doug Bradley. And there's your second bad impression of this episode.
You're welcome. Another shot. You guys are getting loaded before the show has even started. Make sure you can pay attention. This movie is almost 2 hours long.
This is going to be a painful episode. And those of you who skipped the beginning, because I know a lot of people like to skip the intros of podcasts, those of us here at Cole-astic Cinema do not condone drinking and driving. Please drink responsibly if you are drinking with us and of legal age. And let's continue with the episode.
Yes, could not be more serious about that. Anyway, I want to get this in clean, just so I can have some random nerd shit put in. Spider-Man. But do we really need to even preface Spider-Man being...
It's fucking Spider-Man, man.
Created in 1962 by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko, appearing Amazing Fantasy number 50, and then branching off his own thing.
Don't make eye contact with me while you're saying that bullshit.
Why?
because the fans can't see it, and they can't see that you know that shit off the top of your goddamn head.
Yeah. It's like a weird gut reflex just thing. Just spit out. Yeah. He started off in Amazing Fantasy number 15 in 1962, created by Stan Lee and Sid Defco. Like I said it multiple times now, and it's just something everybody needs to know. When he started, he's been around forever. He's a fucking cultural goddamn icon, and he's amazing and completely changed the way that superheroes were done in comic books for the longest fucking time.
Excuse me.
Just got to tighten the lid real quick on this jar of bullshit that Cole just opened up.
What I expect from this movie, I expect it to be fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, do you know who's in this movie?
I know Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Ham, Spider-Man Noir, the anime Spider-Girl. Oh, I can't remember what her name is though.
It's Penny Parker.
Penny Parker, right? Penny Parker, and old decrepit Peter Parker.
Peter Parker, because it's played by a guy who I constantly get referred to as one of his characters all the time.
Yeah. But
it's Jake Johnson, and everyone calls me Nick from New Girl.
Who calls you that?
Everyone.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
We can talk. What actors do you know that are in this movie? Because there's a lot of fucking big names.
Long-time listeners know that I am the huge advocate of Nick Cage, so I know Nick Cage is in this movie.
We know the Cage. Oh, the Cage is in here.
The Cage is in it. He's Spider-Man Noir, and I'm super fucking excited.
Yeah, but there's some names like I kind of like because it's been a minute since I've seen it that I kind of forgot were in there, and there are some fucking names in that. Like I started writing it down with their characters next to it, and then my hands started hurting.
When was the last time you wrote shit down?
When's the last time we did a podcast?
1920.
It's been at least longer than that.
100 years?
More than 100 years. No, just because
nobody uses pen and paper anymore. Write your notes on your goddamn phone.
No, I'm old school. I'm an old soul, and this is goddamn, that's another Nick Miller thing, isn't it? Son of a bitch.
There we go, Nick Miller. Shout out. You don't have to take a shot, but you can't stay here.
You can't. Okay, but we're talking. So yeah, you got Nick Miller, Jake Johnson. You got Haley Steinfeld in this. You got Mahershala Ali as Uncle Aaron. You got
oh fuck yeah, I love Mahershala Ali.
Love him. Does a fantastic job in this. You got Brian Tyree Henry, who was a Lemon in Bullet Train and had an amazing job as a security clerk in Joker, who hands off the fucking papers.
Oh,
you got motherfucking Lily Tomlin as Aunt May. Love Lily Tomlin, classic old school fucking comedian, amazing. Then you got Lauren Velez.
John Mulaney. John Mulaney's Spider-Ham, right?
John Mulaney as Spider-Ham. You got Luna Lauren Velez, who, I'm skipping on her fucking name, but she was in Dexter. She was like the one in charge for the longest time until the final shitty season when she found out that Dexter was Dexter, and then...
Oh, was she Lieutenant LaGuerta?
There we go. Thank you. Skipping on the name so bad, and I feel so shitty for that. Zoe Kravitz makes an appearance as Mary Jane. Yeah, fucking John Mulaney. You got Kimiko Glenn, who was in a lot of Orange is the New Black. The Nicolas fucking Cage. Catherine Hahn is in this.
God damn.
Liev Schreiber is Wilson Fisk, which I did not realize until I looked it up.
Okay, so how stacked can you fucking stack this cast?
Oh, I'm going to follow it up with Chris Pine.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, and also Lake Bell.
Dude, okay, so stack the cast harder than any cast you have stacked before.
And then try to do something visually to where it requires you to hire more animators than you've ever had before. Starting as a video game company.
I hope they got their fucking money.
180 animators. I think it was like a $90 million budget or something like that. And it was like gross 300 and some odd. I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head, but it was stupidly fucking successful.
Dude, the animators on top of that's one thing that I'm really looking forward to. The animation of this movie. I think the animators should have gotten top billing for this fucking movie.
I'm pretty sure they're the one. I don't know if they won any Academy Awards, but like it's mostly for the animation. That's honestly like the biggest. Besides the whole Spider-Man draw of it all, the animation style and the filming is what makes this movie so amazing. It's such a big draw, and I'm excited for you to see what they do film wise with it, because like I've like done research, and the things they've tried to incorporate in it are amazing. They rely heavily on comic books, like comic book type stuff, and bringing like old school like comic book printing, how it used to be done like on fucking plates that you filled in with fucking ink and then stabbed. They've got shit like that going on with there. They've got
Oh yeah.
what was the thing that went over my head, but I figured you might know something about. They film on the 1s and 2s when it comes to that. The frame rate bounces between 24 frames per second and 12 frames per second, depending on what they want to actually show off.
Oh, shit. Okay.
That's right. Oh, that's right.
That's-
Homie did his research, and I found things that apply to you.
Woo! That's going to be fun to watch.
Yes. Yeah.
It might bug the fuck out of me a little bit, but honestly, if we're thinking about it more like the animation style with like it I think it's going to play really well with thinking about the
Fabian, are you outside now? Are you triggering the dogs again?
there's some dogs. You all know what that means. That's shot number 7. We haven't even started watching this movie yet.
Oh, kids, make sure you take some time after this shot to drink some water and order a pizza.
Please fill up on carbs, drink some water. This is going to be a rough episode.
Oh boy.
But that being said, no, like the animation style and everything, I feel like I can get behind that with the 12 frames per second. But like, what was one of the movies? It used like a drop frame, like every couple of seconds it would drop a frame and it would look like a jump cut, but not a jump cut, but it would just skip like a little bit. I can't remember what movie I was watching, but it really fucking pissed me off. It made me so mad.
Well, I do not think that's what's going to happen when you watch this. I think
No.
I think the switching up the frame rates is done so well, and also in service of the animation style that they're trying to go with through this movie. I think this is the most serious I've ever been when it comes to like actual. But really, the frame rates and the switching up of the camera work. I mean, I just cannot even. Like, yeah, once we watch it, you're gonna understand my dumbfoundedness when it comes to the animation style and the visuals that are presented throughout the entire movie, because it really does a beautiful job of paying like an homage to classic comic books, and also classic like animation, like classic just like hand drawn shit, but then bringing it up to like at this point in 2018, kind of reviving some fresh life into it, and also making it
Holy
3D
fuck!
in a
This
way.
movie's that old?
2018. This movie came out a month after Stan Lee died, and also Steve Ditko died months before that too. This came out the same year that the creators of Spider-Man died. This came out in November of 2018.
This movie's 5 years old.
This movie's old. This movie's old enough to now be a Spider-Man fan.
God damn. And I haven't seen it.
No, you have not.
Wow.
But that's part of the reason for this podcast, is educating people on the blind spots of fucking amazing movies. Or, like our previous episode, I don't know if amazing is the right word, but I was amazed.
If you're not amazed by Poltergeist, what are you even doing?
I guess
with
we're
your
going.
life?
I guess we're going with.
You've got to expand your mind about what you consider art.
Sure, I guess I was amazed. So I guess it technically is amazing, because I was amazed in the most sincerest form of the description of the word.
You got to think about like what can be art. Yeah, trash is art.
Trash is art, and then also taking things which capitalizes on the mistakes and kind of, I don't know, kind of the joke aspects of comic books, and using them in a way to where you create, honestly, something beautiful. Like, this is just a really, really, really good time. I cannot say enough about how much I enjoy this movie.
I'm excited. I've been excited to watch this movie for the longest time.
Since 2018, apparently.
Yeah, I can't believe this is the first time I'm actually watching it. But here we go. I mean, this is it. This is the time. This is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And I'm excited to see what is it? Across the Spider-Verse? It's coming out soon?
Across the Spider-Verse and then Beyond the Spider-Verse. They've got the next 2 movies planned out back-to-back,
shit.
2023, 2024.
To end this intro, we are going to be watching this, and sober up before you watch the rest of this episode, because we are probably going to be taking shots at the end of it also. So please, please, please drink responsibly, get some food, be healthy.
And also, though, if you are getting quite drunk while listening to this, just listen back to it a few times to remind yourself of all the things you missed. In fact, if you need to, just put it on repeat if you're drinking with us.
If you are drinking with us.
But
You
also,
don't have to
you don't
drink
have
with
to.
us.
As we mentioned before, and constantly disclaim.
I would also encourage don't drink with us.
No.
We're degenerates.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for you, but I don't care about my body.
Oh, I do not care about my body whatsoever. I've used my face as a brake on a scooter while blackout drunk.
Well, there we go. So, if you are drinking with us, don't try to keep up with us. And if you aren't, you're welcome to continue listening. This is Cole-astic Cinema, and we're watching Into the Spider-Verse. Cue the ads.
If I had one!
Spider-Verse.
Dude. That's right. We're talking about a movie that is science fiction, comedy, cerebral, and inspiring, according to the tags on Amazon Prime.
Do you agree that it's cerebral?
Cerebral, man. I mean, what do you think of when you hear the word cerebral?
Think of a movie like Inception or Tenet or some bullshit.
Yeah, I guess something that kind of I think it's more like makes you think visually, maybe? I don't know. Like, cerebral kind of just makes it feel like a thinker, but it's...
I mean, honestly, I'd say visual. Or
it's more of a brain... I mean, yeah, cerebral. So it's a brain process. And it definitely is up there because it takes a lot of... Well, because it involves a multiverse, and so they're able to use a lot of things like cubism is a fairly prominent thing, to use an art term that shows up when it comes to multi-dimensional things. So I guess in a way that would make it cerebral.
Okay, I get that.
I just feel like when I hear the word cerebral, I feel like more like intelligent. But that's probably because cerebral is a really smart word where I come from. And we'll be throwing that word out too, like randomly.
I mean, no, it's not. I mean, not to diminish it. I think of that same kind of style, like cerebral, like it's got a really cerebral It's got a really cerebral plot. It's got a really cerebral plot. Like I think of something that you're like, okay, that was crazy. I'm gonna have to watch this again so I can watch all the shit and like see all the shit that I missed. You know?
Yeah, where this is a superhero movie. So the plot is good. It's a good plot. It's a good plot, good story. But yeah, when I read the word cerebral, I think like, it's gonna require multiple watches. But no, really, it just activates your brain on so many functions when it comes to the things that it's doing.
Ooh, you know what was cerebral and fun to watch? Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I still need to watch that. And longtime listeners know that we have espoused so much on that movie before even watching it. I'm pretty sure we even recorded on the fucking Nick Cage episode, The Unbearable Weight, of talking about Everything Everywhere All at Once and how I wanted to see it and how you wanted to see it, and you've finally seen it. Was it cerebral?
It was pretty cerebral. Not like crazy. Like, I've heard that you have to watch it 2 or 3 times, but me watching it the first time, I got it right away. Me. There's me with my fucking condescending ass. No, I kind of get that, like the whole multiversal and all that shit, but I'm also a comic book nerd and love thinking about the multiverse and all that bullshit. So it wasn't too crazy to me on that aspect, but it was so heartfelt and the acting was so good that I think everybody involved earned their Oscars. I think it was a great movie. Highly recommend that one also. Go watch Everything Everywhere All at Once if you haven't seen it yet.
I mean, you're definitely going to get those kind of aspects out of this movie, which is almost a precursor to that.
I'll agree. Yeah. Slowly introducing, like, multiversal theory and everything, and, just because comic books can do it doesn't mean we can't do it with mainstream movies. And that was a big thing for me, too. Because as much as I love comic book movies, like with this one and Doctor Strange, like I was really happy that they took the initiative to be like, well, the multiverse doesn't have to just apply to different comic books and like people in that side. Like multiverse theory is like, and maybe I'm being a shithead and saying like a lot of Rick and Morty kind
I
of
was
inspired.
thinking the same
that.
thing there. It's like,
Yeah.
Rick and Morty multiversal theory.
As much as I love Rick and Morty and hate it at the same time, but it's true. It's like that's. I mean, they got the multiverse theory down to a fucking T.
Yeah, they really did. And I feel like with this one, they do it like, well, it's still a comic book multiverse, but it's still kind of grounded and tied down in a way that you can get behind it. And the stories themselves, like the Miles story itself, is an emotional arc to follow, and not like it's still like part of it's are definitely comic book tropey for sure. There's only so far you can get away from the medium.
I think that would be a fun way. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's the way to do it. Maybe if you're going to do a multiverse. Anything like movie, book, TV show, comic book, keep your main character, keep your protagonist grounded. Keep them like their goals, their everything that they're doing are still, it's still prevalent.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
still
because he's still tied to his world, his universe. His universe is still prevalent, even though he's being exposed to the broader terms. It's still like grounded in his universe.
And that's also another reason why I loved Everything Everywhere All at Once, because it still had that, like the Evelyn that we're following, she still knows what she loves and what she wants and who she wants to save. It doesn't matter how big the multiverse is. It doesn't matter if nothing matters. She knows what she loves. She knows what she wants to keep in her life and what makes her happy. And that was...
Do that. Well, I mean, the one fun fact I did find, and I'm sure I can even really tie this in, but like one of the directors, it's 3 directors because this is an animated film. It's not usually like one.
There are 3 direct. I saw that. Yeah, there's 3 directors.
3 directors. So you got Bob. I'm sorry, Robert, but I'm going to butcher this. Bob Persichetti, Peter Ramsey, and Rodney Rotham, who also helped work on the screenplay with Phil Lord. But Peter Ramsey, little movie he helped direct that longtime listeners know is near and dear to my heart. It's 1995's Mortal Kombat.
Oh, shit.
So we got one of the guys behind Mortal Kombat dipping his toes into this, and
at some point we should learn how to pronounce people's names, but also longtime listeners know that's kind of what they love about us.
I mean,
not pronouncing
don't
shit
how to pronounce names,
and then continually to pronounce shit wrong. Like,
that's why I want to apologize to Bob Prosciutto and Peter Ramsey, and then Rodney Patton Oswald Ratham.
Yeah, I think the last time I was into a Spider-Man movie was when Tobin Maguire was Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, with the Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden they got
you got Billy DeFriend in there,
and Joms Kraken. Take a shot if you actually knew who I was talking about. If you knew who he actually was
referring to that,
might have been Joms Franken.
Was it James Franken? Could have been James Franco.
It could have been Joms Franken, but I said Kronken. But if you got James Franco from that first one, you're taking a shot.
Hey, you're taking a shot, and you deserve it for somehow pulling that out of that.
No, you already said that one. But Topher Scussen.
We don't like to talk about that movie in this household.
God damn it, I'm bad at this one. I've got better shit than that. How the fuck does Topher Grace transfer to Topher Scussen?
It's different when you got
doesn't.
We got Gopher Grace.
Yeah, exactly. What am I even doing here?
Come on, bud. I know we got time to fill, but like
Trophy Crotch. Am I even trying?
Trophy Crotch.
God. Like I'm a lot better than Topher Scussen. Jesus Christ.
And that's your mantra.
That is my mantra.
Whoa! Rob has walked into the room. Longtime listeners know what that means.
That's shot number 9 for this episode.
9. Hi, Rob.
Trophy Crotch.
Trophy Crotch. Sorry, before we're so rudely interrupted.
Topher Grace.
Trophy Crotch.
Trophy Crotch. Which he might have. I don't know. Did he get Me Too'd? I feel like Topher Grace got Me Too'd.
Did he? I feel like he just... Honestly, I stopped paying attention to Topher Grace after that movie I don't like talking about.
I don't know. Maybe he didn't. I mean, I know Hyde did.
I think he's been in stuff.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe he's just filling up all of his free time just editing Star Wars movies to the point where you're okay with it.
I know Hyde got Me Too'd.
Yes, I do remember reading about that. But I don't think anyone else on that cast did.
No.
Especially since, because Topher Grace has made appearances on that 90s show.
I think he's... I don't know. I feel like he did something stupid recently. But I could be wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of shit. And he
besides playing Eddie Brock?
Well, I'm not wrong about that.
Didn't need to fucking do that.
No,
Nobody asked for that. Why would you cast him as that? We're talking about an Olympic fucking level athlete.
I mean, if you want to have the yin yang version of Tobey Maguire, like, yeah, I get it, but he's not like.
I don't feel like the yang to Toby's yin is Topher Grace. Oh, another pale, kind of nervous white actor.
I mean, if they wanted him, like, yeah, let's hire the same exact fucking person. Like, I kind of get that for having Venom, but, like, it wasn't...
Also, that's just not what Venom's about. That completely detracts from fucking Venom.
Venom, let alone Eddie Brock.
Yeah, no. Eddie Brock was... doesn't need to be a fucking antithesis, and everything needs to be like that. That fucking movie. Oh my god, I hate it so much.
I'll give it to him, though. Not Topher Grace. But I'll give it to him. Tom Hardy fucking put everything, like, he fucking Tom Hardy'd the fuck out of the...
Oh, he went Tom Hardy on it.
Yeah.
He went really Tom Hardy.
You know, like, long-time listeners know, if there's one thing that I love, it's a good actor in a bad movie giving it their all because they don't fucking care. It's like, I'm getting paid regardless. I'm going to give you my all. Like, this is me as an actor.
He legit jumps into an aquarium at one point and then bites into a lobster.
Yeah, fucking go for it. It's
going
like,
for it.
This is my job. Like, this is what I'm getting paid for. I'm fucking going for it. I don't have to be this high and mighty, like, oh, well, this is a dumb movie. I don't have to try. It's fucking petty.
No, he still tried. He still went hard. I mean, oh god, that movie. That movie was made like 10 years too late.
Yeah. I think if they would have made that, like, if they would have made that in between Spider-Man 2 and 3, I think he could have gone away with some better shit.
What was Tom Hardy doing at that time, though?
I don't know. I don't even think he was acting.
I don't think he was acting at that point because, like, Bronson came out later than that.
Yeah. Let alone like Bronson and Warrior and all that shit.
So you couldn't.
I don't know. Shout out to Tom Hardy.
Let me shout out to Tom Hardy as always.
He's a great man, great actor.
It's a fun time.
Put more shit on his face like Chris Nolan does.
I don't worry, we'll go back and re-edit that out so you can kind of understand.
The darkness.
See,
You think darkness is alright?
See, it's a bit more understandable.
Yeah, that's all you got. You just
kept your hand over your mouth, and then you kind of speak in this exaggerated way. Let me give it back to you, Gotham, the people.
That's how you do Bane.
That's how you do Bane right there, bro.
That's how you do Bane. That's how you fucking do Bane, man.
That's how you fucking want no fucking how to do fucking Bane, bro. I'll tell you right there. That's how you fucking do fucking Bane.
Because you're the expert. Is there a comic book episode where a superhero gets transported to another universe in the multiverse that doesn't have superheroes?
Yeah, there's a few. The one that actually really comes to mind, and it's a bit of sacrilegious because it's a DC story and we're watching a Marvel movie.
Okay.
But that deals with Superboy Prime, the most overpowered Superman version ever. So Superboy Prime exists in our world.
Yeah.
Superheroes don't exist until one day he starts manifesting powers. And then he just kind of becomes this guy in a world that doesn't have any powers. So he has to kind of break away because it immediately ruins the entire reality of that reality. So they have to pull him out of that. Is that shot number 10?
That's shot number 10.
Damn. Listener, I'm sorry.
I wasn't going to say anything. And if you were 10 shots in, I don't know how you're still listening by now. Please, for the love of God.
Order that pizza.
Get some food. This one's going to require a lot of bit of editing.